This is the gold 1 month overview reading for the month of June 2023. It's currently May 4th, 2023, 11:40 p.m. Eastern Time. Gold at the time of this reading, currently the spot price is $2,062.43. That's USD. And the shuffle file we're about to play was created on April 12th, 2023 at 11:58 p.m. Eastern Time. That's this file right here. So the overall theme and behavior for gold in the month of June, we have a significant move higher overall. We have the establishment of support, usually starting out with some sideways rotation, followed by a move higher, standing out on a 1 month chart at least. And then after that move higher, there's another establishment of support at a higher level. That's usually the wealth card there. It's crossed, however, with notable reversals throughout the month. More than a few. We'll get into those as we go through the day-by-day chart behavior. Behavior around the highest high. So there's a notable trade opportunity standing out on a year-to-date chart. There's a notable trade opportunity around the high. Looks like possibly a cash out opportunity. Behavior around the lowest low. There's a notable move into the lowest low, declining through multiple support levels on the scale of a 1 month chart at least. Before we go any further, let's take a look at April and see how we did. All right, so we've got April here. This is April through May. We have a high on the 12th, 13th. We have a high on the 13th, so we nailed that high. Looks like the lowest low is on the 3rd. I was off on that. Definitely off on the lowest low. I have the 6th. So roughly here. If you take out that, we're not far from this low. But still, I like to see better than that. On the 9th, let's see what happened on the 9th. On the 9th, decline that offered a significant opportunity to open up a long position. And then there's that, and then on the 10th, we have the sharp drop, unicursal energy. And then we go into a peak or crest with an opportunity on the, looks like the 13th, to open up a short position. 14th, we have a prominent trough, that makes sense. Prominent crest on the 17th. Prominent trough on the 19th. Nice. This is pretty solid. We were just a few days off on a low. And then we have another location where there was most likely a highest high. It looks like it didn't pan out on the 26th, but you can see that it did stand out as a high, as a notable local high, even above all these other local highs. It's kind of like a peak there on the 26th. So that's kind of why it stood out that way. Overall though, we nailed that first high, and that opportunity there to open up a short position, that was a solid trade, which you would have gotten this trade information in the paid version of the April reading. A solid trade for a short position. Close it on the 16th. Yeah, that's a pretty solid trade there. On the 22nd. Like a decline in here, offering opportunity to open up a long position, taking us into another peak or crest. This is pretty solid. I just had I was a little off on the low, and the second high wasn't as high as I expected. But considering that the April reading was conducted February 24th, 2023 at 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time, that's saying something. Alright, and that's the full shuffle file, so we're going to get into it now. On the first, we have a decline to and through support to meet a second support. We bounce around that support sideways for a bit and then break down through multiple supports into a trough towards the end of the day there. And that's support on a multi-day kind of scale. There's an important price level that we break through at least momentarily, kind of on the cusp of the first, second. On the second, we have both a prominent crest and a prominent trough. So a lot of price movement, a lot of price change there on the second. And we have a trade opportunity on both the first and the 2nd, and we'll get into the trade opportunities in the paid version. If you're interested in supporting the channel, guys, a really great way to do that is by purchasing the paid version. You can do that here at our services, SO Meta Forecasts. You go down to monthly predictions, and you just subscribe to whatever the reading is. In this case, we're talking about gold. If you use the gold reading regularly, you really should. It's the right thing to do. And it helps support the channel in more ways than you can imagine. It's a really great way to do it, guys. Thanks again for that to all those angel investors who go ahead and do that and support the channel. On the 3rd, we have, it's interesting, we've got a prominent crest on the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. So there's some like kind of like back and forth behavior going on. On the 2nd, we rotate sideways along a key support level, increasing with bullish momentum as we move forward in time. And then on the 4th, we have a sideways fluctuating decline that precedes a rally. Looks like a cash out opportunity. An opportunity to close a trade, which we'll get into in the paid version there on the cusp of the 4th, 5th, probably the end of the day on the 4th. On the 5th, out of a trough midday, there's a significant move higher, successfully turning resistance into new support. Move continues even higher on the 6th. The other thing, guys, is this is going to be a tricky reading. We have the high and the low within close time proximity to each other, or the highs and lows. So they're going to be like pretty close to each other, and it's possible that we have one. It's possible that we have one here on the 6th, the low, but there's a significant trough here on the 5th, 6th, a significant trough, probably on the 5th, significant trough. On the 7th, we established support. It looks like to the upside at a prominent crest or peak. End of day trade opportunity, and then on the 8th, a significant move lower, standing out on a 1-month chart. A lot of price change on the 9th, a day trade opportunity, which we'll talk about in more detail in the paid version, but 2 significant trades that can be made there on the 9th. On the 10th, well, actually over the like on the cusp there of the 9th, or towards the end of the day on the 9th, a significant move lower. And then around the cusp of the 9th, 10th, after that significant move lower, we have a rally taking us higher after some sideways rotation, a fast sudden move higher, ending a period of sideways rotation and taking us to a peak or crest midday, probably midday on the 11th. And there's a notable decline off that peak or crest on the 11th, a notable decline on a multi-day chart there, offering a trade opportunity. On the 12th, we rallied through a resistance level on a one month scale kind of chart. We rally through resistance, we stay above it briefly, and then we break back down through the same price level shortly thereafter. There may be a new local high there, not a highest high, but a new local high. So within the surrounding chart, it will be the highest point. On the 13th, we have a prominent move higher, standing out on a 1 month, followed by a full retracement that move back down. And a prominent crest or peak. There's a good trade opportunity there, and there is the possibility of like a really notable high there on the 13th, 14th. Maybe not necessarily the highest high. The most likely location of the highest high I sense is on the 21st. But this could be another location where we have a really prominent high here on the 13th. We sell pretty hard on the cusp of the 13th, 14th off of this peak or crest that we have. Sell pretty hard, standing out on a multi-day, and then out of oversold territory towards the end of the day on the 14th. There's a significant move higher, standing out on a 1 month chart. We have sideways fluctuating, sideways fluidity along a key support level on the 15th. By sideways fluidity, I mean equal amounts of bulls and bears, inflow and outflow. Generally speaking, you end the same price level where you started. On the 16th, a notable decline, standing out on a multi-day chart. On the 17th, the majority of the behavior should be bumping along resistance, possibly breaking through, bumping along some more. There's also a notable trade opportunity there. We may see a notable low, or a possible location of a lowest low. Not the highest location or highest probable location, but there's going to be a significant low here. And then on the 18th, a fast sudden move higher. A notable reversal on the, after that fast sudden move higher takes us into a decline on the 19th that increases with momentum moving forward in time. On the 20th, we establish support on a multi-day scale, and then there's a big move to the upside standing out on a 1-month chart. Around the cusp of the 20th, 21st, we have a crest that's near overbought. We sell off from there. It's hard to see if the crest is there near the cusp of the 20th, 21st, or if it's at the end of the day on the 21st. But we have a highest high. This is the most likely location of the highest high for the month here around the 21st. On the cusp of the 21st, 22nd, after a significant trade opportunity at the end of the day on the 21st, we have a notable decline, like kind of on the cusp, and then a prominent crest that'll stand out on the 22nd after that notable decline. That crest we sell off from pretty notably there on the 22nd. On the 23rd, we have a holding pattern with a pop and drop in there. We should see a lot of price change because we have both prominent crest and a prominent trough there on the 23rd. On the 24th, a breakout on a multi-day chart. On the 25th, we push to the upper end of a range higher. On the 26th, we have 3 pokes through the same price level, followed by a sharp drop off of that third poke. It looks like this move on the 25th pushing the upper end of a range higher. It's a significant trade opportunity, and it might even continue into the 26th, where we have a peak or crest, and then we have 3 pokes there, and we have a drop off of the 3 pokes there after that third poke there on the 23rd. On the 27th, important price level highlighted. Volume kind of flattens out around that price level. On the 26th, a rally that'll stand out on a multi-day chart. Sideways fluctuating rally on the 29th that precedes a decline, which takes place off of a peak or crest on the 30th. From that peak or crest, we sell down to and through support to meet a secondary support, and then we rotate sideways along that support. It's possible that the highest side. This is a pretty bullish reading, so I'm gonna go ahead and say that we might very well have a highest high here on the I'm gonna make it translucent, like 25%, 30%. We might have a highest high. Didn't work. We might have a highest high there, and that would be like on the 26th. All right, so highest high that we sell off from pretty notably there on the 21st and the 22nd. And we went through all that on the 20. Yeah, so we have a highest high on the 21st, and we may have a highest. There's a high probability of a highest high here. Less of a probability, but still a probability of like an even higher price level on the 26th. And we're going to get into the best trades momentarily. My friends, that's gold for June 2023. Let me know what you think by hitting that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Most importantly, my friends, make sure to follow that Rule of Karma. You do so here at the Resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, where we ask our angel investors to donate 5% of the proceeds that they make, or of the profits that they make from the information on this channel. We ask that's donated towards one of these charities. Pay it forward, my friend. Be somebody's angel. That ensures the flow of abundance continues onward through the universe and circles back to you, my friend. Make sure also to send 5% of that profits back to the channel. We're counting on you. Much appreciation to all you angels. Make sure you spend that 90% out of love. As long as you do that, the universe is going to send it back to you tenfold from all directions, my friends. I'll see you on the next one. Stay tuned if you got the pay version.